Hey, what's up, YouTube? You're watching Rants! Today is a special video because we're going to be talking about Dolph Ziggler, the status of Dolph Ziggler in the WWE. Your thoughts?
He's back, and he's sticking around for a multi-year deal, according to many articles out in the interwebs of wrestling. I cannot be happier. This guy is phenomenal in WWE. He is a perfect fit for the company, and he could be a future megastar in the company. So they would be absolutely stupid to let him leave, and thankfully they didn't let him leave. So
yeah, I was scared for a little while because I was reading stuff online and I saw a picture online, a tweet by him that said that he was leaving the company and
Photoshop.
Yeah, but for a second I didn't realize it was photoshopped, and I'm like, whoa,
That's why you always do your research. Anything that comes off Twitter, go to these people's official Twitter page, and you scroll down, it's not there.
So basically, it was just someone trolling us, but still, there was some questions about whether he was going to resign or not. There are a lot of people didn't think he was going to resign. I mean, who knows what would have happened for sure, but I'm glad he resigned. I just hope the WWE uses this guy properly because he has so much potential, like you said, to be a mega star, and I hate seeing him be mid-card at best, and I get it that he can't be in a spotlight always, but the thing is that it just gets boring to see him in these love triangles, and I get that it's part of his character, but I mean, there's so much other elements to his character. I mean, he's super talented, he's one of the hardest in-ring workers, he's pretty good on the mic, he's charismatic. What are your thoughts, Jess?
I was reading some stuff online that he wasn't, of course, happy with WWE's use of him, and he's struggled with that for years, and just making sure he gets his spots and are using him properly is what they need to do from here on out.
And I think him re-signing is maybe a sign that they will start using him better, because if he really feels like he's not going to be used properly, or he's not going to get, what he feels he's owed, I mean, he won't make as much money that he would in WWE, but he can make decent money going, on the indies. I mean, you got New Japan, you got Ring of Honor, you got possibly even TNA. I know that would have been a huge thing if the day comes that TNA takes a WWE wrestler instead of wrestlers going from TNA to WWE. But obviously signing a multi-year deal means two things. One, WWE trusts Dolph Ziggler and sees good things for him. And then two, Dolph Ziggler trusts WWE to do right by him and give him these worthwhile storylines and stuff. Every wrestler's going to go through these, not so awesome storylines, this stuff with Lana and
it's expected.
So that's just the nature of wrestling business. But at the same time, he just came off of main eventing a couple major pay-per-views and being part of a major storyline, and he's still one of the hottest wrestlers they have. So, he'll get his time. I see great things in the future for him. I mean, obviously, I would want that to happen sooner rather than later, but, he's such a good talent, and honestly, it would be almost wasted if we couldn't see him, on Raw and SmackDown. And if he was on the indie scene, I know he'd tear it up on the indie scene, but, that's for that small section of wrestling fans. The whole wrestling community wouldn't be exposed to it because it depends where you go, but you only get TNA, Ring of Honor, and Lucha Underground on TV now, but not everyone watches those. So it's mainly WWE. But he's such a perfect fit for a character that WWE would have. So I couldn't see him anywhere else, to be honest with you.
Good points. What do you think, Tim?
Well, I think that they need to rebrand him as a wrestler. I think, He's been the show off. He's been the show stealer, all of that. We get that. But we need to see him really surprise us. I like him as a face, but I liked him a lot better as a heel. I kind of want to see him turn heel again.
I don't know. He's done so well as a face that he's so over with the crowd. I mean, right now you have like a 2-man show, 2 or 3-man show when it comes to your top baby faces. Cena obviously being number 1, but you got Dean Ambrose right behind him and Dolph Ziggler right behind him. You could really hitch your company to guys like that, and to see a change in character this abruptly, after it's been so hot for that character, that wrestler, I think it would do a lot of harm. Like, he'll still be very popular with fans like us because, we're just straight wrestling fans. We look at what the wrestler does and how they perform, and that's, how we decide who we like and don't like versus just your average fan. But it's that average fan, it's that, young, family demographic that WWE wants to keep. So down the line, sure. I mean, everyone goes through face and heel turns, but for now, I mean, I was going to say it's relatively young into his face turn, but it's actually been a while, so I'll stop myself there. But
because now that he's with Lana, it's like he should turn on Lana before Lana turns on him.
That just wouldn't go with his character, because he's like such like the ladies' man. Like the last time he turned on a female manager or female character was when he was turning face and leaving AJ Lee, which was fine because like AJ was good by herself and Dolph was fine by himself too. So.
Well, because like you could have Lana get him to the title, and then after he gets the title, like, okay, see you later, Tuts, I don't need you anymore.
I think it's just a short-term thing. I don't think this Lana and him thing will last that long. Lana will be managing someone else or she'll wrestle.
Well, you said that everyone goes through heels and face turns. Well, everyone except for Cena. No. I had to get that in there. No. Well, anyways.
It's not about him.
I know. But I tend to agree with Tim, because even though I like seeing Ziggler as a face, and he makes a great face, he's been a face for a long time. And I actually wouldn't mind seeing him as a heel. He plays a good heel as well. And or if he stays a face, maybe change his character a little bit. I mean, he's still very over with the fans. I get that, but
yeah, stop wearing eyeliner, Ziggler. Like, really, you're not Motley Crue.
Well, that's his gimmick. He looks like an 80s hair metal guy. Like, he's got the long hair, he's wearing the jacket. Like, that's a perfect, like, omen to those old, like, 80s bands. He's got that kind of 80s swagger to him. So, and again, it works. Why fix what's not broken? That's just my deal. He's doing great as he is. And
yeah, you want some eyeliner too?
Where can I get some?
I'll give you some.
Yeah.
I have plenty.
But anyways, what do you think, Jess? Do you think he should turn heel or stay face?
I don't know, really. I like his progression thus far from siding with Vicky Guerrero, and I think it was really effective. I think women managing him and sticking by his side, it kind of added this, like, power couple sort of presence that we don't really get to see much often.
Yeah.
Like, we sort of saw it with, is it Jimmy Uso? With Naomi?
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. But since then,
Yeah, and a character like him lends himself very well to that kind of gimmick. So if they were to go that route, that would work. But he just plays his character so well, and again, it's super over with the fans. And the thing is, like, it's not just over; it just keeps on rolling. Like, he is gaining more and more popularity, and he's such a stable thing. I'd like to see him before he gets some kind of heel turn, be a champion.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
If you're signing him for a couple of years, you're banking that he's going to draw and he's going to be such a huge pull for your company. Hitch that WWE title to him, and let's see, does he draw as a champion? I think he will. He's Dolph Ziggler.
My two biggest problems with him, and it's not even his fault, the way he's booked in his feuds. They have had him feuding with Sheamus. How can I care about a Kiss My Arse match? That's just, he doesn't deserve to be in a match like that. That's just a joke.
The flair that he added by how he was taunting Sheamus and
that's true.
The atmosphere that he added, because that's him, that's Ziggler.
I understand
he will
that.
turn any boring thing into a very interesting thing
he got
very
busted
fast.
open in that match too.
That's true. I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying I don't know, I just don't like seeing him. I know it's kind of part of his personality, but I don't like seeing him in a joke match at the same time. And also, I don't think the WWE knows what to do with him at this point as far as a good feud goes.
I mean, they had it with the Authority. Him and that team, versus Team Authority back, early or late last year. That was kind of the pinnacle, besides, him being World Heavyweight Champion. And you look at that feud with Sheamus, it was a dumb feud, but every wrestler goes through that. And it's long and gone, so, we don't worry about that. But what's in the future for him is definitely some high profile, potential feuds and potential matches. I mean, can you imagine, let's say him and John Cena ever wrestle one day, even if Ziggler's not, a face or a heel.
The way you can face Cena if he answers the U.S. Open Challenge.
Yeah, so, you have such potential with Ziggler, you can't go wrong with him. Because even, with crappy, feuds and storylines like the one with Sheamus, you want to watch it because it's him.
Yeah, I know.
He's unexpected, and he'll always put on a great show.
Yeah.
That's what his
makes you laugh. It makes you chuckle at just immature things, but they're so funny because it's such his character. And you kind of put up with, this is a stupid gimmick match, or he might not be wrestling the best person, but he has the ability in ring to make that wrestler who's not that good at wrestling, or at least in our opinion is not that good, to make him look a little better. To me, Sheamus isn't the best wrestler, and I don't think he's very fun to watch in ring, but pair him with Ziggler, you have my interest, because Ziggler's going to make him look like $1 million. He'll take big moves and sell out so hard for it. And
that's true, he sells moves pretty well.
Yeah, so you're going to he's a total package. And he's a rare character in WWE. He's the closest thing next to Dean Ambrose that we have to an Attitude Era type wrestler. He'd fit in perfect back then. And a lot of people, they try to live in the past with that. And
he's our generation's Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a good comparison.
Yeah. And I'm not about, trying to revive that, but you do sometimes miss those characters with those attitudes and that kind of, swagger to them that the Attitude Era wrestlers had. Those very unique, original characters. You don't have too much of that. A lot of wrestling now is very cookie cutter and it's the same stories over and over again. You don't have guys like a Ziggler or an Ambrose or a Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins come around that much.
Yeah, that's true.
Gotta keep at it and keep that wrestler going strong.
So, any last thoughts?
I'd like to see Dolph Ziggler and Tyler Breeze work together someday down the line.
Or Neville.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so good. That'd be super cool.
Somewhere down the line becoming tag team champs. What would that look like?
That could be kind of like a Hollywood Blondes type.
That'd be interesting.
Neville and Tyler Breeze and Ziggler,
that
Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I'd get behind that. I still think he's evolved in his wrestling, career to be a singles guy. unless if WWE needs the help in the tag team division, then that's when I start saying, pulling some singles guys and pair them together to help the division. It seems like they're getting a little better there, so they don't need to rely on that too much.
Yeah.
But I guess down the line.
It'd be nice if you can get back into the U.S. title picture or the Intercontinental title.
I was just going to say that, or the IC title picture. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just happy that he's going to be here to show the world for at least a couple more years. It would have been really bad if he didn't resign. I would have been really disappointed. So hopefully he gets used a little better, and we'll see what happens. Let us know your thoughts, and feel free to follow us on Twitter at Ring Rants. Like our Facebook page, Ring Rants, to get the point. We'll put the links to our pages in Twitter, and our fan base is growing a little bit, so we're happy. Keep that up. Keep liking our pages. Like it some more. And
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Seriously. We do it for you guys, even though, thanks. We do it for us too, but we do it for you guys more.